I think this is going to be a quick one. I think it looks like the wind has kind of dropped the waves. There was a slight ripple to the water, wasn't there? And that seems to have died down a bit. So this could be really, really fast. And I think Dan Johnson will be hoping to put a marker down for the start of this cycle, because it's an exciting time for a young British sprint squad.
Yeah, and we're talking. I tell you what, there's a very slow start there. I think it was Henry van der Walt from South Africa. He really
Looks
got
like he
left
got
at the
stuck.
start, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but he has put himself into a terrible position at the start of this race. It looks like it is the speed machines, as I predicted. Cubelis on one side of the course and Burgo on the other. And look at Dan Johnson flying through. He's heard you, Emma. He wants to go out there and show you that this has been money well spent to send him to Szeged. He is going out fast. Wow, I hope he's got something left in the tank though. Don't burn it off too early, Dan.
I'm sure he has. He tends to like a fast start like this. So let's hope that he can build on that and show the work that's gone in over the winter months.
So you might be able to see there the big man, the Olympic champion, Joseph Dostal, just cruising along. He's sitting about midfield at the moment, not panicking, knowing what he needs to do. Dan Johnson, though, Daniel Johnson has gone out hard, and he has opened up a big gap. I wonder whether he can maintain this pace. We were talking earlier this morning. I was talking with Elise about this, about the feeling that there must be in the British camp for the canoe sprint team this year. So disappointing for them, Emma, that they couldn't get anyone qualified for Paris. And it's now a bit of a rebuilding phase, isn't it, for them? And they really need to show that they've got the depth and they've got the attitude and they've got the quality to be able to get back up there and be challenging for positions on the Olympic team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a devastating blow to a team that work incredibly hard, and we see that day in, day out. So, this sport is fine margins, and I think we just fell short on some of those finer points. But I've seen a real change in the energy between the squads over the last few months, and we've got a new head coach in Kites who's working with us now, and I think that's bringing some real positive changes, and culturally and from a performance perspective, there's a real shift, and it's exciting. It's an exciting buzz around what's possible. So yeah, I'm really hopeful that this cycle we can hopefully work together more closely as a para squad and an Olympic squad to add value to them, and they certainly add value to us. So yeah, it'd be really good to see them back where they belong, which is on the Olympic stage.
Well, Daniel Johnson's really blown this race apart. He has sent down an early message, and I tell you what, I just saw Joseph Dostal looking around. I think he's done a quick count, and he's just realised he's not in the top 4 at the moment. So you watch Joseph Dostal. He is now starting to dig really deep. Can Daniel Johnson hold on? He's gone out really, really hard. He still looks strong, but the challenges are coming. So look at him there. Yes, oh, look, Daniel's now falling back, and they're coming around him. Look at Dostal. Look at Cubelis. Johnson's going to struggle to hold on and finish in the top 4, I think. So it is Dostal in the middle of the field. He is powering through now. Cubelis. Oh, look at the Spaniard. He's digging deep. He wants to win. So it's Francesco Cubelis, Joseph Dostal, and it looks like it may be Samuel Burgo, and is it the Chinese paddler Dong Zhang coming through as well. But look at that perfectly judged race from Joseph Dostal. Cruises across the finish line. That is a perfectly judged race. Unfortunately for Daniel Johnson, went out really, really hard. Couldn't keep the pace up though, and the rest of the field just swamped him in the last 250 metres. But Dostal, that is so well judged. When you look at where he was, Emma, at the halfway stage of the race, he was so far off the lead. Didn't panic though, knew what he had to do, and just got it together, and that is why he is the Olympic champion. What a race for the big man, the big fisherman. He loves
incredible
his
composure. Yep. Incredible composure to find himself in that position and to know that he had what it takes to turn it on. But I think, huge credit to Dan Johnson, a really impressive first 750 metres, and that's not a bad place to be at the start of this new cycle. He will hopefully take confidence from that, and it shows huge potential. So again, more things to work on, but I hope he can take the real positives from that really dominant display for the majority of the heat.
So I think he will finish in 6th, but no doubt about Dostal ahead of Cubelis from Spain. I think 3rd, maybe Burgo ahead of Zhang. Let's wait for confirmation now. We'll get the official times up. Top 4, of course, straight through to the A semi-final A. And then we need to rely on best times for 5th place gettings.
But I
So we're
think
just
Dostal
waiting
had to
now
work
for...
harder than he expected.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he looked across and got a bit of a shock at one stage to see that he was so far back, but just knew that he had it within himself, Emma, to pull his way through. Such a professional.
It's a real skill. It's a real skill to know. Curtis McGrath does it brilliantly in Paracanoe. You know, he knows what stroke rate,
Yeah.
what power to be going out at to deliver a run that he knows is gonna get him in contention. So very skillful.
So there's confirmation. Dostal from Cubelis. It was Burgo from Italy 3rd and Zhang from China 4th.